Welcome back to another how-to video on using Tourist Tracker. As always, I want to remind you that you can visit us at touristtracker.com and download a 15-day trial for free. You just have to sign up for a free account. So let's load up Tourist Tracker. What we're going to cover in this video is the Packages screen. The Packages screen is a way for you to build custom packages for a great weekend getaway, or a week-long stay in a cabin, a week-long stay at a site, and set up your rates so that they automatically load in the booking screen when you book a cabin or a room or whatever you're booking with Tourist Tracker. So let's open up the Packages screen. And you can see there is a sample record in there, but let's go right ahead and dive into adding a package. So we want to enter in a unique description. So let's just call this our great weekend getaway. Okay. Now this resource type, I'm going to say this is for cabins. Now you see we only show cabins and campsites. These packages, we're able down here to do pricing for our rental items, for additional items if somebody wants to book a canoe or a boat and motor or book a guide. But the package itself is tied to a type of accommodation. So we'll put in for cabins. This is optional too. You could be setting up a package and leave these blank. You can just exit out there and it blanks it away, so that it's not tied to a specific accommodation type or a specific resource. But in this case, let's go ahead and we'll make it for cabins. We'll actually make it for cabin number, let's say cabin number 1. Now you can enter in the number of days. Perhaps this is for a 3-day weekend. It's the length of stay that the package is intended for, but Tourist Tracker isn't going to prevent you from booking somebody in longer with this package. It'll calculate out the number of days to, if your price is a per day price or what have you. The days is really for informational purpose, to guide you when you're making a booking. Now, the occupancy level is quite important, because what it determines is, if your pricing is based on double occupancy, you'll want to leave this at 2, and then you may have additional rates if 3 people book, or 4, it's a family of 4, there may be an extra charge for the additional people. So let's just leave the occupancy at 2. We can also optionally fill in this date range, so that if you're making a booking on the booking screen, this package will only be offered if the booking falls within the dates that the package is applicable to. So we're just going to use some really simple numbers here to show you how Tourist Tracker works. So let's say it's $100. And we have the option of it being $100 per day, $100 flat for the whole package. Of course, it would be much more likely. Per hour, I don't think we would be charging by the hour in this case. Per person day. So in this case, if they're there for 3 days and it's 2 people, well, it's going to calculate out $200 a day. Let's just make this cabin, we're renting it for $100 a day. Add an item to this. Now for this accommodation, now that we've set up the base price, we may want to set up the additional rates. Okay? Maybe it's going to be $20 per day for children. You notice that the first baseline base price I left set at all for the guest type. And we can just keep building our rate however complex it needs to be. Maybe it's $30 for seniors, $35 for additional adults. So what you're building here is a rate structure that Tourist Tracker that can then use when you're building the booking and you're adding guests, and it will automatically figure out how many fall under the base rate based on the occupancy level, and then make sure whatever additional charges are charged. And this is where, if we get into renting a canoe, again, that's additional. This is where maybe the rental is $15 per hour. And we can specify that's for an adult renting it, or in this case, let's just go with that applies to any guests. Maybe a boat and motor goes for $50 a day. There's a lot of flexibility in how you set up your rates. So that gives you an overview of the packages screen, and then we'll see how this ties into the booking screen in another how-to video. Thanks for your interest.